Greg Connors joining us. Greg, as far as the picks go, thank you for, you let the professionals take back over. You've gone from first to last in a few weeks. Hey, congrats, buddy.
Yeah, beginner's luck has run out. It has. But I agree with Bob. I think the issue with the Buffalo Bills is that leadership. They need the guy like Tom Brady. They need the guy who, when everything is a challenge, like the Chargers, you should beat that team. You got to grab them by the scruff of the neck, and you got to get them focused. For me, the turnovers they had was all lack of focus, lack of discipline. Somebody on that team has to step up and be a leader. That is the biggest thing coming into this week against the Patriots.
I don't get the connection. How is good leadership going to stop you from fumbling the ball?
Focus. Detail. You can't lose your focus. When you're fumbling the ball, it's because you're not concentrating. You're not focused on what your responsibility is. People in the NFL, it's so precise. Everything is so tight. You've got to have that focus. And for 1 second, if you miss it, you fumble. You don't catch the pass. That's what the Bills need. Tom Brady brought that to the New England Patriots. Every game, every situation, and that's why they were always so good and didn't play down to their opponents.
I'll throw on top of that complacency, thinking that basically the Chargers were done for the year and just ready to go on vacation. And then they came out, they pop you in the mouth. Remember, they're home, they're relaxed, they're ready to go. They got to impress a brand new head coach coming in, a brand new GM coming in. A lot of guys were playing for their jobs. Beating Buffalo would have definitely got some tape on them.
Greg, 11.5 seems like a generous spot to me. Kick off our discussion on this week's game.
Okay. I'm going with this because I can't let Duffy beat me.
Oh no!
The Patriots are going to lose the game, but they're not going to cover it. And so I think I'm going to pick the Patriots because they're getting 11.5 points.
All right, Bobby.
Yeah, I agree. We've been hearing a lot. I've watched a lot of football this year, and I bet we all have. We've been hearing a lot of how teams are playing not to lose instead of playing to win. I'm so tired of that phrase in the NFL, where you see these coaches just get really complacent with play calls. Put your foot on the freaking throat and end the game, right? So I love the Patriots plus 11.5. And I also think Denver's overrated. I truly do. So I love the Chargers. I love the Chargers this week, getting 5.5, something like that. So
all right,
after
cool.
that win last week, or that game last week.
I'm on board with the Patriots. I think 11.5 is too much for a team playing defense the way they are.
I will go the other way. I think the Buffalo Bills want to send Bill Belichick out with a total domination win. They're at home. It should be fun. I don't think weather's going to be that big of a factor. But either way, I think Buffalo wants to make a statement here and let Miami know we're coming down the following week to take the division.
The money line on that game is like 630, which means you got to bet like $630 to make 100 to pick the Bills to win this week.
I'm not doing that.
It's the biggest on the board.
Not me. I'm just saying to you, I think the Buffalo Bills will come out and make a New England statement.
Well, Greg will make a bet. Greg, give us a second game.
By the way, I hope you're right, and I'm all for that. I'll lose that game if they come out and make that statement. The second game, the Dolphins are traveling into Baltimore. Baltimore comes off a huge emotional win on the West Coast. The Dolphins are rolling right now. The offense seems to be really clicking for them. The Waddle injury kind of concerns me. I'm going to take the Dolphins plus 3.5 in Baltimore.
Didn't want to hear that.
Oof.
I like your Giants who are at home, getting 6.5 points. I think they like playing for Tyrod Taylor.
I think they do, and I think Dable, I have a feeling if he had made that decision earlier to put Tyrod in the second quarter and the third quarter, he might have had a different Giants-Philly game ending. I mean, listen, I like it. DeVito's story, we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later on. But the team I think is interesting that nobody seems to be looking at, Tampa Bay. I'll take them over New Orleans. I think that game is in Tampa Bay. They look pretty good and sneaky scary in the NFC.
Week 17, Greg. It seems like it arrived pretty quick. Wrap up our discussion on Week 17.
Yeah, this is a big week in the AFC East. The New England Patriots could actually come into Western New York and spoil things, but I don't think they will.
All right, Greg, thanks very much.